Dude, okay, so I just posted that video finally. I literally like 5 minutes after posting it on Patreon, I went and looked at the comments, and do you remember Crazy Town when they popped up and they were like, we used to do a lot of drugs.
And we used to sell a lot of drugs. We used to push a lot of drugs.
And then the blonde guy, whatever his
Eric
name
Cartman.
is, Shifty Shoe Shine or whatever.
Shifty Shoe Shine.
Yeah, whatever his name is. When he started doing his vocals, I was like, oh, I think he's still doing drugs. I think he's still doing drugs. Motherfucker died of an overdose. And I didn't even know that, dude. So now there's this video of me being like, oh, he's probably still doing drugs. He's dead from drugs. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I had this little idea for a segment here. Before we get started on this video, I had 5 phrases that I wrote down.
Okay.
I want to see if we can get them to stick. And trying to get some of these phrases to stick. So I want to run them by you, and I just want you to role play kind of like you're living your life, and someone just kind of walks up and says these to you. So I just want to I want to get your general reaction to and your thoughts on these. So the first one is that was so grindcore.
All right, okay, all right. I can see. I feel like that's a little niche. If like you said that at a coffee shop, people would be like,
Yeah, right.
what?
Yeah.
Like most people, I feel like when they think of grind, they think of like horny humping or something. So if like just like a normal person heard you say grindcore, they'd be like, "That's so grindcore." Like, is it horny? Like, what are you saying?
So that my initial idea was that's so porno grind, but because of that, I was like, maybe not.
That's okay. So it still gives the same vibe though.
Yeah, and if there is someone around that like signals a beacon, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, that is a good tag, like on a comment video of somebody doing something that isn't metal but it has grindcore energy. And they're like, oh, it's so grindcore.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Next one, my day was straight gent.
Oh, that one hurts me physically. My day was straight gent. That sends a British man into a confused frenzy. He's like, what do you mean, gent? What are you saying? Like a man? It sent you into a man? What are you saying to me?
Oh, gent. I just got it.
It sent me into a man.
My day was straight gent. Yeah, probably not the best thing to say if you're in London. But okay,
Straight
maybe not so
gent.
much on that one. Then that's fine.
I'm gonna say that's like a perfect one to say though to other YouTubers, just to make them go like, ugh.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna start saying that to Bana and just watch him just like,
Say it to Stevie T.
Yeah, he'll be like, security. His mom comes out.
Now say it's circa 2014, and I said that. Would that change things?
Yeah, I think I'd be like, oh, yeah. I think that being 2014, I for sure would have been like, nice, I get that. But now I'd be like, gag a little.
Okay, next one. Welcome to the mosh pit of life.
Okay. I almost just like to just welcome to the mosh pit.
Yeah, welcome to the mosh pit.
Like a slogan if you walk into like a busy restaurant. Somebody's just like, welcome to the mosh pit. We'll be with you in 10 minutes. That's
the name of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, my morning voice is pure rawr.
Yeah, I like bringing back some classics that the kids missed out on. Of like, they probably have only seen the RAR, they've never experienced it, you know. Like the XDs, you know, they've had full emojis for their whole lives. They don't even know about the RAR XD cringe faces. Remember the OG flipping the table guy?
Oh yeah,
when you had to do the big text block to go find
that's
it.
actually so funny having to type the letters out for the. For the okay, last one. Dude, your haircut is straight chuggy brutes.
Chuggy Brutes. Okay, I like Chuggy Brutes is again very British sounding. I'm going down and eating some Chuggy Brutes and beans. Yeah.
So Bradley would really enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Chuggy Brutes. That sounds awesome.
Okay, so that one gets a star.
Yeah, that one's
Chuggy Brutes. A star.
I would like to start saying Chuggy Brutes.
And then welcome to the mosh pit. Okay, so next week when we film, I'll keep those two and I'll add a few more.
Okay,
and we'll narrow it down to one. Yeah, we'll narrow it down to one.
We're gonna start trying to say them like casually in conversation. People will just look at us like, what are you saying right now?
Yeah, I also thought of a segment we should do every now and then just called Thoughts with Austin, where I just write down like 10 words or 15 words that just like kind of trigger you, and then you just go.
That sounds like perfect for me.
You just go, kind of like the Jimmy, on? You know, like that kind of stuff.
Some sort of category to set me off.
Right. Speaking of Jimmy on bass, so this video is... Oh, hi. Welcome to the Nicky Dine Show.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there,
Good to see
everybody.
you.
Good to see you. This video is things bands need to stop doing immediately.
Right now.
Right now. So I went to Facebook and YouTube and I asked you guys, what are some things bands need to stop doing? And it was a very interesting conversation, actually. There was a lot of people saying one thing and then a lot of people saying the opposite of that thing specifically.
Oh.
So it was a lot of debate of people agreeing and disagreeing of like bands really need to stop doing this and they really need to like keep doing this. So I don't know, I think this might be a very interesting conversation piece here. But yeah, so things bands need to stop doing immediately. So let's just jump into this. First one is messaging minors.
Oh.
I think we can all get behind this one.
Is this one of the ones where other people were like, no, they should keep keep doing it.
No. This one most people agreed with, thank God. This one was a very back and forth one. Jake Turner said, I've seen some albums that 75% release as singles. I think at most 3 out of 10 songs should be singles. And then Jacob says, why? And then he says, I miss the days of having more surprises on the album. If half or more are singles, it takes the charm away. Lorna Shore, Whitechapel, Violent, Vera released 2 to 3 singles from the album of 10 or more songs. That's what I think should happen again. Jacob says, interesting, because this is diving into the psychology of new equals better, which is exactly why bands do the waterfall strategy. More people will listen to each individual song if you waterfall, which is better for the band. But seeing how many people like this comment, it seems like the sacrifice is at people who will actually listen to the whole album and kind of want that whole album experience. And then Brett Underwood says that's the only way to release music nowadays. So it's like kind of you can see all sides of it, right? Is that like we're kind of pushed into this sphere where we have to waterfall singles constantly to keep people interested. But yeah, people do miss out on the sit down full album like experience of everything's fresh and new, or maybe a couple singles you've heard or whatever, but you get like an hour or 45 minutes of like a new experience.
Yeah, that is a bummer of seeing that. I guess it makes sense with just how the times advance, that this is just how things are. It's like a restaurant getting really popular and you're like, oh man, it used to be so quality, but now that they're a chain, it's like, they're killing it, but the food's not as good anymore. Sure. Kind of like that. It's like, what are you going to do about it?
You're appeasing a lot more people, but the overall appeasement is less.
Yeah. Like the people that love music are like taking a hit a little versus the people that want to discover music or finding more stuff.
And to be fair, I think most bands would actually want to do just a release of an album and just say, here it is, like we did a single, 2 singles, here's the record, enjoy it. But I feel like in the social media modern era and stuff, it's like you kind of their attention span is so short, you kind of have to just constantly be pushing stuff out, and that's damn near impossible to do. True. So yeah,
that is interesting. And too, it's like singles are gonna get more views, especially if they have like a music video attached to them, so it's kind of like, it makes sense of like you want to put as many singles as you can so you can get each song to get as many views as possible. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I get that. Like, I miss you sitting down and cracking an album front to back, but there's also so much music now that it's like kind of hard to just listen to every band's full album.
An unfortunate reality is that the bands have to do it. What though if a band just released a music video for every song?
That's what I've been trying to do my entire life. That would be so sick. I wanted to do that my whole life.
Not all at once or up front.
No, but just like the whole album. Every song eventually gets a
Yes, exactly. Eventually they all get their song or their video. This next song is a new song, my brother. They're all new songs to us.
I say it all the time. It's an old Family Guy quote, but it's like this dude watching TV in prison, and he's like, if I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. But yeah, of course, a lot of people like would not know any of the band. If you're Whitechapel or Lorna Shore, and you're like, this is a new song, people are gonna go, oh, whoa, yeah, sweet, a new song. But if you're like a local band with 3 followers,
and add on to this for a pet peeve that I have a little bit is that when the band say this song's a new one and then they like muffle scream the song and you can't, you don't know what it is. Right. You're like, I like that one. What the fuck was it called?
This next song is called.
How
do I search that?
What? Shazam's confused, bro. I don't. Just a bunch of question marks.
The auto text is not typing. William Kennedy says, "We love coming to blank, but they only show up after every eclipse." So it's like, we love coming to Marfa, Texas.
This Plague Doctor band I love only shows up at every eclipse. I have always wondered that if it's like a, they're trying to butter you up. I'm like, every time you come to Seattle, like, this is our favorite place on the tour. I'm like, you say this every fucking show, don't you?
And then you go on tours with certain bands, and they do say that every show.
I've tried 3 times to do a bit on stage, and I've never seen it land where I say like the 3 wrong cities at, like, all in one thing. I'm like, oh, like Seattle, Tacoma, Parkland, what's going on? Brazil, how we feeling?
Just go down the list. Every time you see someone of a certain ethnicity,
say different
Brazil,
places.
yeah, Puerto Rico, Indonesia, Vietnam. How we doing?
Like Indonesia. Back on this, like that one you're not as excited about. There he is. There's Indonesian guy.
Paraguay.
John
I feel so represented.
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah. Jake Figgs says, skipping right over the Midwest. Bands that don't tour where you want them to.
It's too big.
It's a bummer, yeah. It's a bummer.
I also couldn't imagine being like from the UK and coming here to tour and you're like, we're doing 3 states. This is insane how much land there is.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
What's this middle section? Yeah, we're just going to do the circle around it.
You're telling me it's 16 hours from this state to that state?
Yeah.
What?
We're good, I think.
Alexander Hayes says, anything to do with AI.
I said Al. I was like, like Weird Al? Like, what do you... Anything to do with that Weird Al motherfucker.
We don't hate Al.
I can't stand him.
Nothing more with
Weird
Al.
AI.
Everyone with Al watching.
Yeah, everyone named Al.
What? Yeah, especially when you see the artist.
Yeah, the shilling is crazy.
I got an email from them.
From Suno? Oh, because we keep mentioning it?
No. Yeah, that would be, hey, cease and desist. That would be hilarious. No. They were like, yeah, we want to do a collab with you.
The goal, dude.
I didn't even respond. I was just like, dude, no. Tom Goodman says, bringing a giant gong on tour and the drummer never using it.
How many times has that happened? I don't think I've ever seen that.
I mean, I could think of maybe like 3 bands that might have done that. Rush, maybe Dream Theater, and like...
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, Rush don't they just do silly stuff like that where they just put things on stage that aren't for the show anyway?
I feel like he used to play it though. Like he would play so many different little drum things.
That's funny. Didn't the guitarists have like a big rotisserie chicken stand instead of like a guitar amp one time? Like,
oh no,
this might be a fever dream, but I swear that was a real thing.
At a Rush show?
Yeah, like they had like next to the cabs there was like a exact size thing that looked like a cab, but it was filled with rotisserie chickens.
Maybe, I don't know.
So the gong made me think of like the drummer's like, I want in on this. Like, how do I get a big prop?
Yeah. Or like Toto, they might do something like a huge legacy
Toto
band.
for sure would have a gong.
Would probably do that, but yeah, it would be weird to just never need it.
Yeah, just bring it everywhere. It's like so inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Gong.
Can you just mic up the gong, please?
Yeah, how do you mic a gong?
It's probably just loud enough, I imagine.
I feel like because you hit it and it's just like... it's just like this reverberation of a frequency. That,
it makes everyone shit. Yeah,
exactly. That's why they don't play it. They can't. Kyle Williams says, telling people to start a pit when the setting is clearly dead to make that happen. And there were some people saying like, well, you kind of want to do that because it gets people riled up.
Yeah.
And he's saying like, if the crowd's dead, it's awkward. Like, don't even do that.
I guess. Like,
but you want to try to rile
so if
the
it's
crowd
if
up.
it's like the first time of the night that nobody's pitted, it's it's fine. But he's saying if it's like they've tried several times and it's not landing to like give it up or But I mean, it's impossible to be on stage doing like metal stuff and not be like, why is no one moving? Like,
it's a little weird.
You gotta try at least.
Yeah, for sure.
But I get that. Like, hey, stop making me jump. We jumped 40 times this set. Can we give us a new task?
It's like when you're in church and they make you stand up and sit down and stand up and sit down. And by like the 12th time, you're like, can we just worship without doing this, please?
I feel like this isn't in God's plan.
We worship sitting down. Jeffrey Gages says, bands should find their own sound, especially vocalists. Everyone is starting to sound the same.
Well, I mean, that's just...
I guess,
the dawn of time. That's,
right.
As soon as somebody's like inspired by something, they're gonna probably have a little flair to it. But I get it. It's annoying when like everyone tries to, like, whenever a new sound becomes big, everyone tries to do the sound. Like, you know, Will Ramos making the zombie tunnel throats like the main style in vocals. That's annoying for sure. But it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know what the alternative is, you know, like there's no way around that, I don't think.
I also feel like it has a lot to do with production.
Yeah, totally.
And like super compressed vocals with the same effects, the same plugins on it is just going to more, and Melodyne and all that, you know, whatever. It's going to just kind of morph a unique original voice into a more radio sounding voice because of how it's just like squashed, you know. So I think that a little bit, I think it's a little bit of both, you know, everyone using the same plugins, and then people being influenced by,
everyone's taking the same mix courses and stuff.
They see someone else as, oh, that did really well, I'm gonna do that now. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. They don't love it, but it's gonna happen.
Right. Joseph says going octane core. Similar vibe. Fair. You know, it's just
the new dad rock. When your band goes dad rock, you're going octane core.
I feel like if you were already that style, it's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Like if you're always been Nickelback, then just keep being Nickelback. People, you know, people like it, whatever. But yeah, like it. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, the reverse is always better. Like Nickelback going a little genty is like, whoa, what the hell? This is cool as shit. But the other way around, a genty band going Nickelback would be like.
Isn't it so weird that it seems that is the case, right? Where like a rock band goes a little metal and people are like, this is so sick and it does really well. But then every like label or big band thinks they need to go more radio rock to get more viewers and get more attention. But when they go a sound that's more underground, it does better. There's like a disconnect there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what maybe because it like we're excited that like someone in a different genre is like noticing metal, so it becomes like a exciting conversation versus like, well, no, don't become rock, you're metal, like don't lessen what you're doing. Like maybe that's the freak out.
Josh Castle says talking about inside jokes on stage. No, we don't know. We weren't there.
Maybe top 3 pet peeves, honestly. This is like Carl fucking. Dude, the tire on the van. It's like, what the fuck was that? Dude?
Looks back at the audience. They're just
mouth agape, like, okay, and.
I brought this up in a previous video too, where it's just like, come on, like no one knows what you're talking about, and it's just awkward banter. It's always done in a way too, where you can tell they're a little bit nervous and kind of like, because they're like they won't look at the crowd and just be confident. They're kind of like hiding away and just like, hey,
or like full on like looking at another guy on stage, and you're like trying to dissociate from the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what makes it awkward too. Like if you included them in the joke, hey, you know, this one time when we were going down the road, you know, like have it be a story, and then they're like, oh, we're involved.
Yeah.
We're not just like third wheeling a conversation.
For this very public show.
Like,
you just get like Penn and Teller on stage and they do that. Like, dude, this is like Canada, remember? What was that?
Right. Megan Ramp says deleting all their social media when they're about to make an album announcement.
Yeah, that's weird.
I see it happen all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah,
what that's about.
I guess it's to like stir up some like drama, which I guess if you did this 5 or 10 years ago, people might be like, oh my God, so-and-so just went dark. Like they deleted everything. What's going on? And then all these eyes turn and they're waiting to see. Now it's been done so many times that people know what you're doing. Yeah. It's no longer a spectacle. If anything, it's just like, oh, they're releasing an album soon. Okay, cool, here we go. Right, it's not anything that's more than that. Like, I guess that could be hype if you're like, oh, cool, but you could just make a post and say, new album soon.
Yeah, I feel like in this current age, too, that people might see that and be like, oh, they broke up, and then they're just like deleted from their brain forever.
That too, yeah.
They just never check that band out again.
It's just like the opposite effect.
Yeah, they start telling their friends, like, do you know that band broke up? And they're like, oh, no, I didn't know that. Don't check into it. And they're just like, you've just lost 5 fans.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's
your fault.
Yeah, this reminds me of, did you ever know people that would just constantly delete their social media, like when we were younger?
Oh, I still know people that do
build it up, and then they're like, yeah, I made a new one. I just deleted all that. Like,
Yeah.
Why? Why did
Yeah.
you do that?
It's like bands that change their name constantly.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like
what
you're a
do
band for a year and a half, you get a little traction finally, and then you just start all the way over. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was you remember that wave when everyone, it was like verbing the noun, and then everyone was like, let's just drop 2 of the words and just become a one-word band.
Yeah.
That was a funny era.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. David Sims says, throwing politics into the music, which this one, again, was very debated. Because people were saying that some of the biggest songs ever created are political. Mm-hmm. Think like "Imagine" by John Lennon, or
like art inherently is political.
Art inherently,
like,
yeah. Well, and that's
like to be anti the thing happening is like the whole point of art.
That's yes, and for many, many, many years, that was the only way that the common man could get out a message is through music, fighting against like the powers of the government, which is a little different now because we have social media. Everyone kind of has a voice, which kind of means that like kind of no one really does also either because it's so just saturated.
Which is I think why people are annoyed by the politics, because everyone is talking about theirs and them, and then they go to the music to get away from it, and they're like, they're talking about it too.
Yes.
I'm like, well, yeah, but they're the ones who are supposed to be talking about it.
That's the difference. That's what I was gonna say, is that now it's so oversaturated with this political stuff everywhere that people don't want it in music. Whereas before, you had to put it in music to be heard. Because there's no other way to get your voice heard.
Or I've seen a lot of people will force politics onto your words of like, you're writing a song about like the indifferences of humanity or like people being wronged, and they're like, this is like leftist views. And you're like, well, no, I'm just talking about how it sucks for people or whatever. And then, they're just like, well, I've decided now this is this type of band.
Right.
I'm like, well, that's fucking unfortunate. So even if you're not throwing politics in, people will assign you now.
Right. It's much harder to be like
neutral.
Yeah, you have to stand for something, or else
they're gonna make you stand for something.
Yeah, exactly. Sager James says, and on the drums we have Travis, and then Travis says, damn, catching strays over here.
I know, I have to start doing it now. Just to start making up
your
names.
own shows.
Yeah, like making up names for my other band members.
Yeah, you have to. People be like, you did the thing. Levi Weick says, stop trying to make the mix sound perfect. It needs the raw human element, especially in metal genres. I agree with this.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, going back to talking about all the production sounding the same, it's like, dude, a lot of people were talking about how just metal in general sounds the same, and they're pretty much right. The reason is because the same 4 producers are writing every goddamn metalcore song in existence. There is no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like they're all being written by the same 4 or 5 people.
And there's a weird trend happening too that I've noticed the past like decade, where people have like an idea that there is a right and wrong way to do art. Yeah. And that kills art. Like you can do music wrong and it will be cool and fun. Or like that was what was so sick about bands that were making music when they were like 16, is because they didn't really understand song composition and stuff. They were just like, this sounds tight, and maybe it's not perfect, but it sounds awesome and unique, and that part that was a little off sticks with you because it sounds different than the mundane like perfected, no, it has to be this into a chorus, into a bridge. Like, why? Why does it have to be that? I'm like, well, we're trying to sell records, bro.
Well, exactly. And the second that you say that we're doing this to sell records, it's no longer art. Yeah, it's something else. That then becomes commerce.
You're just like, I'm just doing a job.
Yes, exactly. Now you're just trying to sell a product.
It hurts too, like if you connect with the song and then you're like, oh, well, this is just like a manufactured thing. Like I'm being tricked into feeling, essentially.
Right, exactly.
Because this person didn't even feel what they were singing or writing. They just wrote like, well, this will probably connect with some sad kids.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone's working with the same producers. They're using the same plugins and they're using the same mastering tools. So everything sounds the same. And yeah, I think it does need to go back to a little bit more raw human element using,
So I feel like a lot of the people that are killing it are solo artists, like people that who are just doing everything themselves and aren't being told by all these producers and people that like, no, you can't do it that way. You got to do it like this.
Because it sounds unique.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just them.
There's nobody telling them that it's wrong. They're just like, from my bedroom, I made this thing. Look, what do you guys think? And you're like, oh, cool. This is awesome.
Right. Caden says being aged late 30s and 40s and trying to look 19 again.
Yeah, so something I've realized about getting older is that I don't think it's them trying to like recapture their youth. I think it's just once you find a thing, you just like do that the rest of your life.
That's true
like
too.
You just dress the same that you've always dressed, but once you get older, it's like, well, are you still trying to look young? And like, no, they just have dressed young their whole life.
That's all they know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I also think that in certain instances, take, I don't know, MGK for example, when you pivot into like a genre that's a very younger generation genre, it does do well for you to look the part.
Yeah.
And so there are like, you see that kind of stuff where you see men getting like a lot of hair transplants. They get like filler in their face, or they, you know, they do a lot of stuff for looks maxing to look younger, more attractive, to sell more records and like be appealing to the younger generation, to look like you fit in with that crowd. Because if you're 35 or 40 and you look 35 or 40, but you're making music that like 14-year-olds are gonna like, they might not be as into it if they see you and they're like, oh, this is like a fat, ugly, like, you know what I mean?
Hey, somebody who looks old, like if Blippy looked like a hairy old man, like everyone would be like, don't watch Blippy.
Yeah, they'd be like, okay, this guy's a fucking creep.
Which, by the way, did you just see Blippy did a collab with Yellow Card?
No.
All right, well, good.
That's
It'd be weird if you saw that.
I bet Stevie T has seen it.
Yeah, he's on the collab.
He's on. Yeah, he wrote the song. He's the producer on the song.
He's Blippy,
bro. Andrew Thompson says, putting out kick-ass merch when I'm broke.
Yeah, I feel that.
That does suck, for sure. Of course, everything's like 10 times expensive nowadays, dude.
For real.
Everything is way too expensive.
Everything is so fucking...
Dude.
Everything goes up, and then, like, bands also, that's like, a lot of times they have to match the market.
Yes.
So it's like, even if I could sell it a little cheaper, it's like, everyone else is selling it for this much. So it's like, we kind of have to match it, or we're just going to get shut out.
You know what sucks about that, too? Not only that, but if you don't sell it for a certain price, people think it's cheap.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Because that's happened to me, too, where like, oh, you're selling these shirts for like $18. They must be shit.
Yeah, they must be bad.
And it's
product.
like, no, I'm just trying to sell. Like, they're the same quality everyone uses.
Yeah.
I just want to like not.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take less profit to hope that people will buy the merch.
Exactly.
But yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But then people think it, because I've done that too in buying like recording software. If a microphone is like less than $100, I'm like, oh, this has to be awful.
Yeah.
But there are some microphones that are $100 that are like legit.
I mean, we've been told our whole lives you get what you pay for. So it's like when there's a deal, you're immediately like, no, that's cheap. That's a scam.
Yeah, exactly. Amy Elias Quinn says, smoking outside during the other acts and then coming in at the very end to say, nice set. Hey, can my drummer borrow your kit?
Especially if it's like this, I will say, shouldn't fly at like local shows. Like when bands are on tour, even if they're smaller, I give them more of a break because it's like they're doing this every night. Like if they want to go outside and smoke and not watch every local band,
of course,
that's fine. Who cares, But when it's like a local band, you guys are doing a local show and it's like we know each other, and then you're outside during our set. Like we can see there's 10 people inside.
We can look out the window and see you standing there.
Yeah, you're on your phone and smoking, not paying attention even to the background noise.
Walks in right when it's done. Dude,
nice set.
That was sick, man. Hey, cymbals? Can I?
Dude, we played a show one time. I won't mention with who or what, but there was the bands that were playing. There was one black guy in like all of the bands that were playing, and then there was legit like one other black guy at the whole show, and. One of the band members we were playing with went up to the wrong black guy and was like, dude, you guys crushed it out there, man. Such a good set. And then he was just like, you could see, he's like, I know exactly what's happening here. He just shook his head and said, thank you. And then turned and looked at me and my buddy, and we were both like, oh no! And that guy started dying laughing. Oh, it's like, of course that would happen. It was so funny. But that has that energy to me.
Oh, that's so funny.
You guys crushed it, Black guy.
Dude. Tyler Holden says, multiple farewell tours. You only get one. I think the Eagles did like 4 of those, but you gotta admit, like, you do a band for a while, you get really popular, you break up, and then the label comes to you and says, you could probably make like 12 to 15 million dollars here if you want. And you go, well, I do want that beachfront house.
True. One more.
How long? 2 months?
Oh my god.
What just happened?
I just like accidentally lowered the seat and my foot was under it. It just like collapsed and crushed my foot. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just flashbacks to when you stomped my foot with the chair.
I was like, damn, he's really upset about the Eagles right now.
It's just Eagles, bro. There's no the. Yeah, that's why you gotta do the farewell tour, the reunion tour, and then the we're back together tour.
Yeah, and then the oops, never mind tour.
Yeah, then the real farewell tour.
We actually do hate each other tour. Brendan Richko says, big things coming soon. Then they break up.
No, I feel that.
Which, what band has that happened with?
I feel like I've done that. Where it feels like we're like right on the peak of like the precipice of success, and then it's like actually we're done
for the likes of you,
yeah,
or from Heroes of Legends or something.
Both,
dude. It sucks always feeling like you're at the beginning of something great.
Yeah,
doesn't that suck? I feel like I've been there for the last 20 years. Like I'm right at the beginning of something that could be really awesome.
You always get the high though of like, well,
yeah,
maybe this is the one.
Maybe I'm sabotaging myself to stay in that
little self-annihilation. Yeah.
So I always have that like, what if?
Yeah, because you don't want to lose the luster.
Yeah, exactly. Kintsugi says, did we just write the song of the summer?
Yeah, I at least in my algorithm, I believe that trend has died off, which is, thank God, because it became like ironic and people were starting making fun of it, which was funny.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's over, because that was a nightmare and it's just like a pop punk song. It's not like anything crazy.
Exactly,
It's not even like a great summer song. It's just like about a girl or something. Like, what does this have to do with like the summer jammer?
Yeah. Dylan Gooch says, stop letting the crowd sing all your songs for you. We paid to see you sing the songs, not the tone-deaf people around us.
Listen, I get it when it's sick, like a big moment, and they do the big, like, to the crowd, you know, like sure. Ghost Inside's doing a big build-up, and then there's the one-liner, and then it's like 3 words, and you give it to the crowd. That's tight as hell. But yeah, when it's like, let me hear you. And it's not even to anyone. It's just like the room. Like give a mic feed at least or something. I can't stand that, honestly. When it's like, if I write the most complicated song ever, I am gonna do my damnedest to try to do it every single time because I wrote it. You know? And so I want to perform it.
Well, and
it's a bummer when you want to see the cool part.
Yes.
And then they don't do the part.
Yes.
And you're like, that's why I'm here,
yeah,
dog.
Exactly. I always have been very bummed because those moments where like the music cuts out and then it's the vocal does, like you said, the Ghost Inside, where they do like a big line like, and then it drops into something. I've always been disappointed when they do that because I'm like, that's what I wanted mostly to hear you do. So it's like, it would be cool maybe if like the other, like the guitar players would go up front stage and be like,
yeah, like to like have
to
the crowd
and be like let's hear it, but the singer still does it.
Yeah, that
would be legit.
Yeah, because it is sick as fuck when the whole crowd does it. And you're like, yeah, but like also with the vocalist doing it too. Like
one thing I will say is that when the vocalist does the part, it's for the audience. When the audience does the part, it's for the band.
Yeah, totally.
Because then the band will like get a video of it, and then it's like all the music cuts out, it goes silent, and you hear the whole arena erupt. That's like an ego boost for the band.
That's the like I made it moment of just like.
But it is cool. It is cool.
Yeah,
I get it.
Every once in a while, it is a sick moment. But when it's like every song,
like what you were saying,
exactly. Yeah, and then like half of it's taught. They're not even like doing the part. They're just like, and then I did the thing.
Let me tell you something. Someone in a gonna finna Hennessy and a gonna finna.
Suck my fuck.
Zaboog says releasing 90% of the album as singles before the album comes out. That was what we talked about earlier. Same kind of situation. Just the argument releasing stuff before or whatever.
Yeah, that is interesting that it seems to irritate a lot of people.
Big.
Of like, I find that to be like a little annoying when you finally get to the album and you're like, oh, I've heard 7 of these 10 songs, but I don't think I've ever had enough to be like, I'm going to complain about that because it's still like a full album and it's like you probably know what songs you like now.
I guess some bands have done it pretty egregiously where they'll release like 6 songs and then the whole album is just like those 6 plus 3 more and an interlude. Yeah. So it's like we've heard 80% of this.
Like, and they're the singles that you guys chose, so they're probably already the better songs.
Yes,
already.
exactly. Squiddytainment says dropping the lead single to the next album 3 years before the album comes out. I feel a little called out on this one because when Scion dropped The Blade as a single, it was like 10 months between that song coming out and the record coming out, which had nothing to do with me, by the way, but I understand that is frustrating because you get hyped so much because you're like, oh my god, like this is so sick, and then you have to wait
forget about
a fucking year to hear the rest of it. That sucks.
I feel that. I feel this way about movie trailers. It's the worst.
Yeah.
You see a movie trailer and then it's like next year.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm gonna forget.
Dude, I feel the same way about video games.
Oh yeah.
Like when they announced The Witcher 4 back in like 2023. Oh yeah, we're working on The Witcher 4. 2027, it'll be ready. It's like I have to wait 4 fucking years for this game.
Yeah, why
I might be dead.
Why did you tell me?
Yeah, just leave it.
You
Keep it yourself.
Not said anything until it was closer.
For real.
So insane.
I get it, but it's like, oh my god, I want it now.
There's a new Michael Myers Halloween game coming out, and it was like a sick long trailer, and at the end it was like in development. I was like, what do you mean? That's not an announcement. It's not a release. It's not even. What do you mean? Like maybe. What? It pissed me off so much. It's like, what the fuck you mean maybe? At the end, I watched an 8-minute trailer of this.
No idea.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
What do you think would be a good time frame? What's an acceptable time frame to announce before the release?
I will say
months?
A game I think gets a little more leniency in my opinion because it's like you want people to be excited for the game for like pre-orders and stuff, and then you want people to criticize it so you know what to change in development and stuff. Like I think that games are a little more like understandable, but music like month max. Like in my opinion, like, it should be like next week we're dropping the song, not like a month or 3 months or like when it says 3/17 and you're like, wait, what month is it? Like you have to do that shit. You're just like, I forgot already. But yeah, movies should be like a few months, like 3, and a song should be like 2 weeks to a month, in my opinion. And then games, they get like a year. That's fine.
I think games, though, early access. Because then during early access, you can crowdfund to make the finish.
That is true,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and that
even that could be like, oh, yeah, we're releasing early access in a month or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time to hype people up.
And
like,
then you
get
let
your funds for the game.
Yeah, and then you let early access go for like 6 months. So people can still kind of play it if they want. But then, yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Felix says writing songs they cannot play or sing properly live because they went crazy on the editing and effects. I think that's annoying for the band, too. Because I've played shows for certain projects where the guitars are so... You have to have a quad cortex that switches tunings, that switches patches like every 2 seconds, or else it's just impossible. Like, it sounds cool on the record, but to play it, you'd have to have like a 3-necked guitar all in different tunings and like...
Or it'd have to be like a great soundstage with so that like post-production comes through really big and doesn't sound just like a backtrack that's kind of underwhelming.
It's like riffs nowadays, especially for like 8-string, 9-string stuff. They're way more about production effects than the riff. Like a lot of times it's just like some stupid like
True. Hitting the kill switch.
Like this is not fun to play. Like it sounds really cool, but I don't want to try to play this live because it's literally created within a DAW. Yeah. And then I have to try and make it sound... I'd rather write the fucking riff and have it feel good and play good and then perform it.
True.
You know, it's like the difference between like that one riff that Snuffed on Sight does.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun. That's right. It's like that feels fun to play and people lose their mind. And then, but if you play like something that's like, it's like, okay, like to play that, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, and too, even when they do play it right, like it can still just sound like a wall of noise.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, this is too much.
Too much. So it's like cool on the record, not so much translatable live. Smallest Bat says anything that annoys Austin.
My man.
So Austin, what is a thing that bands do that annoy you?
I know I've already said it, but yeah, self-titled albums crush me. I hate that. And
That one's confusing a bit to me.
I just don't like it.
You think it's lazy?
If that sounds rude, I just think it's a waste. It's like, why do it? Like, even if it's just like, because I know the main argument is that like, this is us. Like, here's our thing. But like, is it about anything, or like, is there a theme, or is there like, what's the mark? Like, when I talk about this later, I have to say self-titled. Like, that always is so annoying. Of like, my favorite albums are this one self-titled, this one self-titled.
I will agree,
because it is a name still. Like, you have to call it self-titled.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't get a name now. The Halloween that came out in 2018, everyone calls it Halloween 2018 because it's just called Halloween.
Yeah,
that's already a movie. So every time it's talked about, they go Halloween 2018. I'm like, cool. Yeah, why did we call it that? So yeah, I don't have like a great reason. It's not gonna like piss me off, but I wouldn't ever do it myself. And when I see it, I'm just like, could have named it something.
I feel it.
I was like the Avenged Sevenfold one. Yeah, that's like my favorite album is the self-titled one, and I hate saying that. Yeah. It's like, the self-titled one that has no name.
Or some people will just call it like the color. Yeah, those are the white album.
That's fine. It's got a name now. Yeah, like I'm cool with that. Call it one.
But like, it's because it doesn't have a name. Or like they'll say the album with the thing on it, like, oh, the album with the sword on it. Oh yeah, the sword album, yeah.
And that sucks to me.
I mean, the band could just, if they're gonna have an album art which is just like a sword, just call it The Sword.
Like, imagine if a production studio is like Blumhouse, and then there's just a movie with no name. Movie coming soon. This one looks pretty good. What do you think it's about?
Dude, they're coming out too fast. I still haven't watched movie from last year.
I haven't seen movie 1. There's a second movie.
I haven't seen movie 2018 yet. You mean they're doing a movie 2020? What? Rainy Draven says doing encore after a show like they didn't rehearse it beforehand. This one was so contentious. There was a lot of people actually don't like this. It's really weird. In both comment sections, a lot of people were commenting like, when bands do the fake encore, like, we're gonna go away and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna do our biggest song, people are just like, just stop. Like, it was weird. Like, a lot of people didn't like it.
Just end the show type
yeah,
thing?
well, like, not just end the show, but just play the song and then go. Like, they don't want to stand there for like an extra 2 or 3 minutes and wait for the band to do this charade.
But then it'll still happen though. Like, if they do that and then like, thank you guys so much, then they leave, then an organic encore comes out.
If it's organic, that's what they're saying. If it's organic,
well, that's what I mean. But if they play their last song with no anticipation of a encore, and then there is an encore, what do they do now?
I guess the response to that would be the band should be prepared to just play whatever at that point. Like, they know their set, like, or they know their songs enough to be like, well, yeah, we can run this one for you. How about that? Yeah,
Okay, that's fair. I guess this is something I never really thought too deeply about. I'm like, it's just so normal that I have never thought about it being like weird.
I've done both live, and the fake encore, it does feel weird when they don't when they're not going one more song, and that's up.
Bizarre, yeah.
That's super bizarre, but I've also had it where we've played our whole set, we get off stage, and then the crowd is like, one more, and they won't stop for like 5 minutes, and we're like, we have to go play another song, and we're like, we don't have another song, so we went out and played just our best song again. And then it was like the most hype for that night for the song, but they already heard it. But it was the fact that they were just like, we want more of you. Yeah, that felt way cooler.
I think I'm sold on this opinion actually, because that is when it actually happens, and it's because that is the magic of it, is the band in the back being like, we've played all of our songs, and they're like, what do we do? I don't know, let's play our hit, and then everyone's like, they're just like they just wanted another one. They don't care that it's like the one they heard. That is the coolest shit ever.
But then the band is also kind of like on edge, and they're kind of getting hype. You get anxious, you get like that, your heart's beating, you're like, what do we do, you get excited, but when you just already have this pre-planned, like, yeah, we're huge, like, we're gonna go away,
I guess
we're gonna
I
come
would
back, like,
add on to this, the thing that would annoy me is when the band has not played their biggest song, and they walk off stage, and that is very annoying for sure. I'm like, we know you're forcing the encore, but to get an actual organic encore is like the coolest shit ever.
Oh, it's so sick. Yeah.
I've kind of been swayed on this one.
Okay,
I agree.
Okay,
it is a little cringe.
Johnny Boy says, I wish metalcore bands would go back to the old school 5/7/8 riffs and whatnot instead of the jaunty 9-string bridge cable riffs we get today. May just be me, but I love the more melodic nature of the old styles more.
I think it's there. It's just you just gotta find it.
Gotta find it.
Is the only thing is I would say that the bands that are being fed to us are not that.
Yes.
So but they are there for sure because there's some actual sick like nostalgic metalcore going on right now. So if you haven't, get on some playlists because it is there. I promise.
You have to find it though. It's like underground more. Like it's not octane.
Like I Promise the World. Have you seen that? I Promise You the World or something like that. They have a song, Language in 13 language or something like that. Okay. They sound just like Haste the Day. It's like they're like ripped out of a time portal.
Haste the Day.
And so even the music video, it had like green hue, like when Saw was popular. I was like, this is like straight out of a time capsule.
Dude, that's awesome.
So check that band out if you're looking for the 5/7/8 riffs.
And things always come back every 20 years.
Exactly.
Things always cycle. So I think it's coming in. I will always write riffs like that. 100%.
It's cool shit.
Yeah, I think both is cool, but I understand when you're being fed something so much, you want the other thing. Because if we were being fed nothing but 5/7/8 riffs, it would be like, can we please get something else? But
grass is always greener.
Grass is always greener for sure. But they're out there. You just gotta look for them. Anything that panders to a TikTok algorithm, i.e., guess our influences, or congrats, you discovered a small enough band to respond to every comment, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree.
Same.
I agree. It just gets a little, when it's overdone, it gets like one person did it right and it did well, and then now everyone's doing it, and that's kind of cringe.
Yeah,
or it's
about like you feel bad. It's like seeing it happen. At least I do when I see bands doing that, because I'm like, it's like they feel like they have to do this, to get like attention and noticed, or like to get in the algorithm because their music can't get noticed or whatever. So it's just like kind of feels bad that people like feel like they have to do that type of thing.
It also instantly puts the vibe of
like try hard or something, or
desperate. You know what I mean? Like it makes me think that you're kind of desperate for attention, which you might be. Like it's very hard to get heard nowadays. But when I see certain artists do stuff where it's like, oh, I can't believe I still work a job when my music sounds like this, or like they rage bait, or they like everyone said I would never make it, but my music sounds like this. That to me is like,
it makes me not want to listen to the music.
Like it's just not a good vibe. I don't know.
Because it seems like you're trying to guilt trip me into listening to your music. And that's like not how I want to listen to music.
Right,
like exactly. I'm doing this out of obligation now. Like,
well, it's also kind of like I'm so good and yet I have to have a job. It's like, dude, come on.
That's a good point.
Like, who are you?
And
you know what I mean?
Fair
like,
fucking
come on.
And it has the American Idol vibe too of like, gotta have your sob story. Like that's how you get people to pay attention to you. Yeah. And it's like, I get it. You're trying to do whatever you can for people to see you, but it's just I just don't like that. That's how people do it. I don't think it's the move.
Yeah. JP Bell says AC/DC should stop performing. No hate. It's just their time. I didn't realize. I went back because I was looking for like a clip from an old video, and I just randomly clicked on one and went to like the middle of the video, and we were shitting on AC/DC. And this was from like 4 years ago, and I was like, this has been going on for a lot longer than I realized. Like, I didn't realize we would make fun of AC/DC so much. Yeah. It's really funny though. It's just,
it's funny too because a lot of my making fun of them is just like the people that listen to AC/DC piss me off a lot of the time. So they've just become the advocate for like my example of like someone to mock. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, dude,
it's AC/DC.
It's
like,
AC/DC.
Who doesn't fucking sing? How's that? Like, who doesn't do the voice? When,
you have to do the voice.
It's AC/DC, man.
It's so good.
They should just stop.
Stop. It's funny.
No, hey, they're just old. I'm worried.
Dude, there were some people that were saying like once you hit like 40, you need to go
40?
into. Yeah, they're like once you hit 40, it's time to go into a different career. It's like, okay.
I feel like 60 is a good cutoff because I've seen some rockers like that's like their like 70's too old. Like, I think once you're pushing past 60, you're like losing a
Alice
lot of
Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think thank you. That's a great example of what I'm saying.
But he's an example of like, he's still like doing pretty well though.
Yeah.
For his like, you know, everything. I think he's like, yeah, there are those that do it gracefully. For sure, and then there are those, you know, maybe parties a little bit too
like,
hard.
I don't want to give a cutoff for people's dreams, like the thing that makes them happy. Like, I don't want to be like, you're too old, you can't be playing anymore.
Yeah,
like that sucks. Because like, if Dio was still alive, I'd be like, yeah, keep rocking, brother. You're like,
I see it all the time with Iggy Pop.
Oh yeah,
because like he did the shirtless thing, and he's still doing the shirtless thing, but it's a little rough to look at. But then you also have to realize that like, dude, this guy has given his life to this art, to his craft, and like he is still living like the dream, and he is, you know.
Yeah, but if he's still physically capable of getting up there and doing it, like, yeah, it's fun. So, like, let him have it.
I mean, barely.
I get it.
But, yeah. It's Volantis Moon says, taking 3+ years to release new material, and it's just an EP. I desperately miss the 2-year album cycle from bands. Yeah, what is with that? Because I feel like lately bands do an album like every 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's because singles culture is so big.
That's true.
Like, you have to do a full length to meet like label requirements, but then in the meantime, you want to do the single waterfall trickle so you can get the most out of your music. You know,
like a single every 3 months for 2 years, and then the record the year after that.
Yeah, and then you just tour on the record for another year.
For another year or two.
And then you're like, oh, we need more music. Okay, here's like a 4-song demo EP.
I wonder if it's because now we have so many bands and it's so oversaturated that it's allowing each individual band to not have to do as much so fast, because the labels have access to so many other things that make them money. So they're not just reliant on like the
album. Let's
go.
Yeah,
like Breaking Benjamin or Bring the Horizon.
Yeah, because that was the sellers before.
That was the seller, but now they have so many sellers that they're like, well, you guys can take a break for a couple of years.
It's like we make money on the streams rather than the sales of the albums now. So
exactly.
As long as you guys keep putting out 3 songs that crush it every few months, like we don't really need an album.
Because all that kind of stuff to me screams label decision. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially, sometimes a band will just drop like an EP out of nowhere too, and you listen to it and you're like, what is, like, this feels like we had to put something out, so here's some stuff we had on the back burner. Right.
All right, Fetch Ghoul says, trying to bring back the 80s.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's gonna happen. When you're older, your golden ages are gonna be replicated as well. And it's just how we do stuff in the world. We, things like get too overused, and then we need a new thing. And a new thing, a lot of times, is putting a twist on a classic thing. Yes. And so it's gonna happen. The '80s thing, I don't think is. I think it went strong and kind of peaked last year, and now we're still in it. But I don't think it's like as overwhelming. Of like everything is 80s, but like the people that are doing it, those are the people doing it. Right. Ricky Thrash has entered the chat for sure. I mean, I like the 80s. I think it's cool. It is interesting to have a desire for something you never lived through, but you're only viewing it from the lens of the best parts of it. Because it's easy to look at a generation and say, oh man, the 80s were so great, but you're only seeing stuff that's like really the best of the time, because I'm sure in 20 to 30 years from now people will look back on the 2020s and say, oh, bring back the 2020s, they were so good. They'll pick out the cherry pick the best things, but we're living through it and we're like, this sucks. Like there's a lot of like some stuff that's good, but there's a lot of stuff that's really not good that you don't really think about when you're romanticizing something, especially when you were never there. I'd be curious to talk to people that like live through the 80s and say like, hey, what do you think about it? Yeah, they're like, oh, actually, well, the drugs were better, but I don't know if I could do it again. I'm sure it was a great time, but it's just something to keep in mind. That's like anything that you only cherry pick the good out of will seem desirable. Yeah, totally. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But you gotta look at it. Bring back the peptides. But yeah, I mean, music of the 80s was great, but I also feel like if that was all we had still, that would be like, okay, can we like... Yeah. Can we drop the reverb on the snare a little bit? There'd be nothing to bring back. It would just be here. What's going on? But yeah, so that's things bands need to stop doing immediately. Stay out of the cat box. Yeah. Stay out of the cat box.
Yeah, that's some stuff there. So hope you liked that video. If you did, hit the like button. Let us know in the comments down below what you think bands need to stop doing immediately. And yeah, we'll check them out. We'll see what you have to say.
Just laughing at the things bands need to stop doing immediately. And I looked over and it's just a picture of Nick Nocturnal. It's like all I could see is. So funny.
I used that for I put it in a video that whichever video I just put out. The one before the one I just put out, the one where we did the 3 vocal things, because I was talking about I don't watch Nick, and so I put like a warped image of him.
Warped Nick.
Yeah, a little warped image of it, just to be like, it's really funny.
Nick Daytime.
Nick Daytime, yeah. What would nocturnal? What is daytime?
Dayturnal.
What is daytime for nocturnal? Because if you're a nocturnal animal, what would be a
daywalker?
Daywalker?
No,
what is the opposite of nocturnal? Diurnal. What? The opposite of nocturnal is diurnal. Diurnal animals and humans are active during the day. I have never heard that word in my life.
Yeah, we need to make like a parody account of Nick's and do like Dave Diurnal.
Yeah, that was Nick when he was retired.
Yeah,
Nick Diurnal.
When he started waking up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, when he started touching grass, he turned into Nick Diurnal. All right, I hope you liked the video. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Check the links in the description below for all things Dickie Dines, and we will see you in the next one.
Diurnal is such a suck. That's
This is not a fun word.
Like nocturnal sounds so cool. Diurnal. What the hell did Ernal ever do?